Hi, this video is for the Guideblock in Fusion 360. This is probably one of our first, I would say it looks difficult, but it's actually very simple. Okay. So what we're going to do first is to draw the front view, this part right here. So, and since it's in inches, we want to make sure that we go under document settings. Make sure your unit is in inches. Okay, if not, you're going to hit this little icon right here. Come over to unit type and select inches. Okay. We're going to hit create sketch and select our plane. Okay. So with this one, again, we're just wanting to draw the kind of the outside shape here. Okay. Now, if you have a little problem getting it the proper size, this is one technique you can use. This first line is 3 3/4 of an inch, 3.75. So I'm going to go into my line, hit my first point, okay, and type in 3.75. Okay, since you hit enter, it'll dimension it for us, but it kicks us out. So I need to go back into line and then finish, and this will help us kind of guide how far we need to draw. Okay, so now be careful when you draw. You don't want to hit that check mark, that'll get you out. So I'm going to go a little bit lower, bring it over, and then this one's at one angle, and this one's at a different angle. Okay, so that's one method. Try to get your shape in about the right size. Okay, doesn't mean that when we dimension, there's not going to be some problems, but it won't be as bad. Okay, so there's our basic shape. Now we have to dimension. Dimension is very important. All right, so I'm going to start on the flat side here, and I'm going to do these two angle parts last. Okay, so this line right here is 1.25 inches, or 1.25. And I know that because if I look at the dimension, here's the dimension line. They're pointing to the extension line, and the extension line is pointing to the point where you need to click. Okay, so I go to dimension. I can click on the 2 points and draw out your dimension. Select it, and then it's 1.25. One next after that, again, it's pointing to the bottom corner. Trace it over to this top corner. So bottom corner again, top corner, drag it straight out, select its position, and go 1.75. Okay. There's that too. Keep going around. Now, we're going to skip this one because that's for the thickness here. This dimension, again, it's from that point to this point. So in other words, it's this line. So click on that point and that point, bring it straight up, click, and 0.75. Next, same corner, bring it straight over and down. So this is the second corner. Okay, 1, 2. Hit this one. 1, 2. That one. Bring it straight up, and it's 1.75. Let's double check that. Oops, nope, it's 1.5 inches. So to fix that, I just double click on that dimension and type the right one. Last one is these angle pieces. Okay, and if I looked at my angled measurements, again, we have the two extension lines, and it tells you, okay, I'm clicking on this line, and I'm clicking this line. So I'm clicking on this line. That line here is the angle, and I'm going to pull it off to the side. Okay, it doesn't matter how far. I'm just going here so it doesn't take up a lot of room. And this is 25. Yep. Enter. Do the same thing for this one. So I'm going to click on this line and that line. So I'm going to click on this line and that line. Again, I want to put it right in between here. And go 60. So that completes the outside shape of the guide block. But I still got this circle here. And that circle has a diameter of 0.75. So I'm going to go to circle. Pick approximate location. So that's good. Draw it out and then type in 0.75 for the diameter. Now, every time we have a circle, we have two other dimensions with it, which is where's the location of the center of the circle. Okay, so the first one here hits the center of the circle and hits this bottom edge. So let's do that. Dimension hits the center of the circle, that dot, and that edge. Okay, I'm going to bring it right over here where it was, and that's 0.75. And the other part of the center comes down and over. So it's this corner. So center that circle again, hit the dot, hit that corner, bring it down. And it is 1.5, so 1.5. Okay. That takes care of the drawing. So let's finish sketch. And it doesn't go to an isometric for you or at a view or an angle. Come up here to your viewing block, hit this house. Okay. It'll come up and then an angle so we can see what we're doing. Okay. So we need to turn this 3D. We need to extrude it all the way out. Okay. So if I notice this dimension here, it's going all the way across. 1.5 inches. So let's go to extrusion. I'm going to click on the empty part and type in 1.5. And let's make sure we fit that so that we could see it all. All right. All right. To hollow this out, the easiest way to do that is use a new command called shell. Okay, shell is located right here. And what it does is it empties out, it shells out an object. Okay. So I hit shell. Okay, it wants to know what's the face is, the part that we want to open up. So I'm going to go right along this edge here. Okay. I'm going to hit this back edge. We're going to hit the center, the inside of the circle. And then you need to move your object so we can see the back edge. And we want to hit this flat. Okay. So again, all along the top edge and inside of the circle. The inside thickness is going to be 0.25. I know that because that's what this dimension here is. Okay. And you can see it did hollow it out. So we're just going ahead and hit OK. And your part is done. Just make sure you come up here and hit Save As or Save. Again, this is the guide block. Okay, oops, can't type. And then to turn it in, you're going to again go to File, View Details on Web. Okay, wait for it to come up. You're going to hit Share, Copy, and then you're going to go into Google Classroom to add a link. Okay, that completes this project. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time.